When the bubonic plague took over Europe, most people ran away from the sick. Saint Roch of Montpellier didn't. And when he caught the disease himself, it wasn't a doctor who showed up. It was a dog.
His service to the sick and unwavering belief in God led to his veneration as a saint, and ever since, he has become a revered figure in the Catholic faith. Here are 5 ways we can follow Saint Roch's lead to holiness.
Number 1. We need to be a bit more generous. Saint Roch was born into wealth. His father was a governor in Montpellier, France, and by all accounts, he could have lived a safe, privileged life. But after his parents died, he had to make a choice: live a life of luxury or be in service of others. Following this, he gave everything away and set out on a pilgrimage, not with riches in hand, but with faith in his heart. He didn't just give his money, he gave himself to those in need. Real generosity is not about how much we give, but how much we are willing to let go.
Number 2. Compassion comes a long way. Saint Roch didn't avoid people with the plague. He sought them out. He spent his days in hospitals and streets, caring for the sick when most people were running in the opposite direction. He cleaned wounds, prayed over the dying, and stayed present in places full of fear. He reminds us that compassion isn't convenient, it's brave. It's choosing to stand beside someone when they're at their worst.
Number 3. Lead by example, not words. You won't find any famous sermons or speeches from Saint Roch. He wasn't known for preaching. Instead, he let his actions do the talking. He lived simply, served quietly, and healed others without expecting praise. In a world obsessed with being seen, he chose to serve when no one else was watching. His life reminds us that the loudest love is often the most silent.
Number 4. See God in all of his creations. One of the most powerful moments in Saint Roch's story isn't even about a person. After falling ill, he retreated to a forest to avoid infecting others. Pretty selfless, right? There, a dog began to visit him every day, bringing him bread and staying by his side. Saint Roch didn't push it away. Instead, he welcomed the companionship, recognizing even in an animal the presence of love. His story invites us to treat all of creation with gentleness and dignity, because sometimes grace shows up in fur and 4 legs.
And finally, number 5. Remain faithful in suffering. Saint Roch didn't just serve the sick, he became one of them. When he contracted the plague himself, he didn't return home or seek special treatment. Instead, he chose to isolate in the forest, not wanting to risk infecting others. Even in pain and loneliness, he held on to his faith. The dog's appearance, the survival, and his quiet endurance became signs of hope. His story reminds us that holiness isn't about being free from suffering, it's about how we respond to it. Like him, we are called to trust God, even when we don't understand the why.
In the end, Saint Roch's life wasn't flashy, it was faithful. He didn't chase titles or fame. He simply loved, steadily, sacrificially, and with his whole heart.
And maybe that's what sainthood really looks like. Not perfection, but the courage to show up for others again and again, no matter what it costs. And that's probably why